to implement the Sunflower Africa project. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you, Jibu. Very good on the timing. You spent you had 15 seconds more, so thank you for that. With no further ado, let's move on to our friend Dulaise Ducadiza on the biodiversity restoration and conservation in the classified forest of Dankada Dodo in Maradi region. Please go ahead. If you can stop sharing your screen now, Jibu, I will be.
Okay. Is it okay? Have I stopped?
Hello.
Is it okay?
We hear you not very well, but
Have I stopped sharing, please?
yes, you stop sharing. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
So I don't think Adiza is with us now, so let's move on to Mikaela Isabramane.
Yes, here I am.
Whenever you're ready, you can say, and I'll start your time, okay?
Yes, just want to share my screen. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay.
Can you put in presentation mode?
Yes, done.
Thank you. Whenever you say.
So I'm ready. Yes, I'm ready to start.
Please go ahead. Thank you.
Yes. Greetings, Jerry. Michaela Issa is my name. I'm a climate solution communication based in Niger. My no commission solution is Seeds of Resilience, a sustainable growing point combating recurrent drought in Niger's agriculture. Let me start with a striking fact. Niger is experiencing devastating recurrent drought since 1917 to the present day, with soil infertility, desertification, and environmental degradation, leading to lack of access to tailored, accurate climate information and weather services in rural areas where 80% rely on agriculture. It's not just about statistic or graphs. It's about the people, and the drought pose an existential threat to the dreams, aspiration, stable income, and lives to farmers like Hanatou Musa, whose struggles represent the countless individuals in Niger. The core problem, imagine waking up every day and looking at the sky to pray for the rain. That's the daily life of Hanatou, a vulnerable farmers, vegetable farmers, facing two main challenges. Predictable weather patterns, making it difficult for her to know when to sow her crops. Second one, drought, leading to crop failure.
Hello. It was just here? No, right?
No, you can stop the time.
Yeah, I did it. I did it. I'm recording as well, Nachi, if you need to jump in the other breakout room. Let's give Mikaela some seconds, otherwise we can go to the next one and then Mikaela starts again. Yeah, he's out. So we will move to Saidu. I think he was in, but he left. We have here.
He said he lost his internet connection. Mikhail.
Okay.
Yeah, he wrote in the WhatsApp group.
Okay. So from my understanding here, we have Saminu Haruna Hamisu, right? As the next one available. Are you ready to go? Oh, now we have Michaela. Let's see. Hello, dear.
Sorry,
No, don't worry.
yes,
We pause your time. You can go ahead whenever you're ready. Hello.
Yeah, I think we can wait a
uh,
bit.
can you see my screen?
No, we kind of lost you for some.
Okay, excuse me, I'm here. Um,
Yes, perfect. Yeah, for me it's not open your.
can you confirm you can still see
Oh,
my
now we can see. Look, Mikhail,
Okay.
if you want to take out your video so it doesn't get too heavy on your connection, it's not a problem, okay? And then we can see only the presentation and listen to your voice. Okay?
Is that okay?
Yes, perfectly. Go on. I will give you some seconds extra so
Thank you.
can go.
Okay, our solution is a three-point strategy, a comprehensive package solution. First of all, weather forecasts and climate information, leveraging mobile technology to establish a real-time weather forecasting system tailored to the needs of farmers like Hanotu. The second point is climate resilience crops. We partner with agricultural research bodies to develop and distribute seeds that are resistant to drought conditions. And third one, affordable micro irrigation systems adapted to local needs. How this is different, we are integrating a personal-driven approach, focusing on stories like Hanat's one to tailor solutions to the people who need them the most and who know the environment better than anyone else. Secondly, leveraging on local existing networks through agricultural cooperatives and NGOs to ensure a sustainable implementation of our solutions. Our ask, $5,000, that will help us provide seeds to 150 farmers, organize best practices and knowledge workshops to reach 500 farmers, provide irrigation tools to 10 community water units in 5 villages, mainly in Dosso, Maradi, and Tawa, and 500,000 for monitoring and support of implementation of the project. Within 3 months impact, we are reaching 1,000 lives directly with 5,000 more indirectly. Your 500, your 5,000 seed grant plants the seeds of hope in Niger, turning hope into action for a sustainable future. Seek the future of Niger for Hanotu, for our collective future. Let's turn hope into action. Let's pave the way for a future where no farmer in Niger has to look at the sky with despair, but with hope. That future starts today with your support. Thank you.
Thank you, Michaela. Thank you very much. Great. So now let's see if we don't have Khadiza or Saidu Suleimani, right? So with no further ado, we can go to Hamisu. Hamisu, is that correct? I'm saying right? Hamisu Saminu Haruna. Hello, can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, great. So you can go ahead and share your presentation.
Okay, no problem.
Yeah, we can see your screen. You can put in presentation mode. Great.
So
Let-
can you see my screen?
Yes, perfectly. Let me tell you, let me know whenever you're ready. Yes, can we go?
Okay. Hello everyone. My name is Samin Hanusu. I'm trying to beat my climate land degradation case of Niger. Okay. Before to enter in the discussion of my solution lab, let's to start with a small history. I remember when I was a child, my father used to cultivate in a single field less than 1 hectares and harvested what we can harvest now in 2 hectares. So what is the problem? The problem is land degradation due to the negative effect of climate change. This change affects directly soil fertility, leading to a constant decrease of agricultural productivity and some important species which are important in natural nitrogen fixation, such as Acacia albida. So what is the solution? So my solution lab, you will use 3 innovative technologies which are identified to an occasion of a study conducted in Shadakori region. So these 3 innovative technologies are Zyhol, compost, and assisted natural regeneration. So the 3 combination of this technology can appear very interesting in fighting against land degradation in terms of agriculture. So for the good running of these activities, I joined forces with a youth organization specializing in implementing of innovative technology in terms of agricultural activities in order to help this population to deal with the issue that they are facing. The main objective of these studies is to help target communities to fight against land degradation, mostly agricultural land, in order to increase their productivity and otherwise to increase their household incomes. So my journey map of my solution lab is like I see it starts with the starting point, which is identification of a community most affected by land degradation by climate change, knowing the main causes of land degradation, identify the best adapted species to climate change in the event of stocking, responding to the question adaptation or mitigations, involving the population source in all stages of the implementation of activities and then execution of activities and the monitoring and the evaluation. So my call for action here to achieve these objectives, so we need partners who can involve in the in the soil recovery degradation. I mean here the partner who can intervene in terms of land degradation recovery in order to help this community to deal with the issue that they are facing in terms of climate change and adaptation. Thank you.
Marvelous. Thank you very much. Well, Pulani did it well because you're very good on timing. I would say I will add also that our colleagues can use spare 30 seconds, you know, but it's good because we're running late. So thank you very much, Hamisu. Congratulations
Okay, thank you.
on your
Thank you.
presentation. So one more before we do a quickly feedback round. From what I see here, we could go with Akufuna Muyunda, right? Akufuna, you hear us?
Yeah, sure, I can hear you.
Marvelous. The floor is yours whenever you want to.
Let me try to share my screen. All right, I can go ahead.
Yes, sir.
All right. So my name is Akufuna Myunda from Zambia, presenting to you a greatest new innovation called Nature App Zambia, with the tagline from tradition to technology, empowering one at a time. And the key message or open message for my deck is, can you imagine a world where climate solutions are as accessible as the air we breathe, where farmers timely, localized, and user-friendly climate knowledge in their own language? Nature of Zambia is turning this vision into reality, bridging the gap between indigenous wisdom and cutting-edge technology, and propelling us toward a more and equitable future. So for Nature Hub, we aim to bridge the gap that exists currently between local indigenous knowledge and scientific expertise. We understand how much impact the climate crisis has on our people from grassroots, including farmers, but we also have analyzed and understood the gap that exists between what the people know at the grassroots level and also what the experts know. So we want to try and bridge that gap. So we do so by trying to fuse traditional wisdom with modern technology and empower the farmers and researchers for climate resiliency. The problem. So according to the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change, we know that Zambia has been recorded as having experienced shifting rainfall patterns, which also has led to more frequent droughts and floods, which disrupt farming and food security. And then the question we should ask ourselves is, how can we, the farmers, receive climate-compatible solutions in their respective and also preferred language at the right time, the right platform, and practical data, while bridging the gap between the local and scientific expertise? So the solution that we are providing is a platform which is user-friendly and can be accessible on a smartphone and non-smartphone. And also the idea is this will help us, bridge this gap and connect indigenous wisdom with modern technology to address climate change challenges. So the app fosters community collaborations, measures its impact, empowers users to make eco-friendly choices, which is also making it unique and also an impactful climate solution. So the line SDGs that are involved in here includes SDG number 13, which is climate action, SDG 2, which is zero hunger, SDG 15, which is life on land, and SDG 17, which is partnerships for goals. And then in terms of our business model, so the app will have a freemium model which will offer basic information to all users of our platform, which includes farmers, researchers, educators, policymakers, governmental, non-governmental organizations, civil society, even private sector themselves. We're asking for a fund of $100,000 to invest in the development of the prototype and testing the platform itself, and also the initial marketing efforts to ensure that we offer our business. Our marketing strategy leverages digital channels such as social media, partnerships with prominent environmental influencers to expand our user base. Our growth plan includes community outreach programs, collaboration with educational institutions for climate education, and engagements for endorsement and promotion. In terms of next steps, so for 2023, we focus on to develop and refine our prototype through extensive user testing and pilot initiatives. 2024 and beyond, we want to expand across multiple regions in Zambia, partner with government organizations and international agencies for you.
What I'm going to do with all those extra minutes you're giving me. Thank you very much. Very good and timely presentation. So, I think we should do a quick round of feedbacks or anything that is crossing our minds, dear evaluators, jury, and then we can go ahead for a next round of presentations. So I will not start because I'm speaking too much. I will invite my dear friend Eric to do a quick overview of what he thought about Jibu, Mikaela, Saminu, and Nakufunda's presentation. And then I can also add, and of course, our other friends as well. Hi, welcome, Saidu. Go ahead, Eric, please.
So many thanks, Gaston, for giving me the floor, for giving the comment. I think starting with Jibu. So I think I found the solution very practical, hands-on. So, and I think you have presented a good solution which address a clear problem or which enhance an existing solution. What I was missing a bit in the presentation was the cost, some more details about the cost. So, and the funding that you will get, how will you spend it? So, and how will the funding that we provide to you will help you? And also maybe a kind of analysis if some similar solution is not already existing. So, because at least maybe the innovative part is the mobility of your solution, but pumping water with solar, and it's something which is quite common. So if some similar solutions are not really existing, but definitely this aspect of market analysis, the cost, how far the funding that we'll provide will help you, how far the incubation process will also help you. That was some stuff that I've missed in your presentation. Now, if we go to if we go to Mikaela, Issa, I think the presentation was also good when it's come to addressing let's say the problem of land degradation, but I think you presented three approaches to address this land degradation. So but then it was not so very clear for me in terms of operationalization of the activities, how it will look like. So in the operationalization of the activities, because there were three, or maybe yes, how do you prefer the people to respond, Gaston?
Yeah, I think we can run a few minutes after we all say something, and then we can open them for very quick remarks. But maybe we all speak something, they can write it down, and they do a quick overall answer, right? If you think this is suitable.
No, I think the solution on the land degradation was from Aruna, I think. Yeah, was from Aruna. I think, where he has tree approach, where at the operational level,
Saminu, yes.
yeah, it was not so clear how we will operationalize it. So I would have liked to see a concrete solution that you go in depth, because the three different approach that you have presented were also a bit different from the way, from the type of action, and quite big also. I think maybe if you have selected one approach and then went in depth, that would have been more, but having three different approach and not more detail on the operationalization of the activities, I think that is a bit what I can say to your solution. And then let's go to the solution of
Nature app Akufunda.
yeah, Nature app. This $100,000 that you saw in terms of budget, so definitely it's very good. So this kind of indigenous knowledge solution, so to bring that we share, so that farmers shares expertise. There are already portal like that which exists. So where farmer to farmer shares experiences and so on. But one question, the issues of language, the issues of localization. So I guess, do you have one unified languages in Zambia? So where maybe the farmers could share experiences from one region to another in the same, because let's say the illiteracy level of people and then the use of this platform. How do you bring the content, the experiences of this indigenous content into the platform, and how do you share it? So across region, if they are not speaking the same languages. I think that is one of the questions that I have. So without talking now on upscaling in other regions, like you have mentioned, if they don't have the same language, how do you proceed? And if it's a farmer which is providing his knowledge, or do you act as a middleman? You aim to conceptualize the knowledge and then make it so at the operational level, that is also not so clear, particularly with regard to the literacy level of farmer, and how do you capture their knowledge and transfer it in other regions. And also when it's come to the funding, I saw you mentioned something like $100,000. Seems like your solution need a lot of funding. How far the 5,000 that we are providing in the frame of this project will help and contribute to move? And how far also other services that the incubation will provide will help you? I think that is in the nutshell the feedback that I have for the presentation.
Thank you very much, Eric. Yes, Matt, you go ahead, please.
Yeah, I just wanted to add some points. I agree with Eric, but firstly, I want to congratulate you all. You did such amazing pitches in time. What is amazing. And what I've missed the most is how the other services provided, as Eric mentioned, in the Solutions Lab could help besides the financial part. So we have mentorship, we have sessions. What do you expect? What can help you? And how do you see that your solutions could be improved with it? But anyways, you don't have to answer all of this in 5 minutes. We don't expect you to answer all of this. There are just only points for feedback and moving forward. And as for the answers, I don't know how Gaston wants to go with it, but just for you to let you know that we know that 5 minutes is not enough. And I have just this point for all of you about the other services that the incubation would provide besides the money.
Thank you, Natalia. I'll very quickly comment that I found for starting with Jibu, I think it's very. I read your essay, so I was hoping to see more of what I thought it was very well built in the essay part, which was the competition aspect in your solution, and regarding the business model. I think you nailed on that. You were very concrete on this aspect of your business model and the different strategies that you're looking for solution. I thought it was not well built in your presentation, this connection with the NDCs, and you guys have to remember, we are looking for innovative solutions, but very well built within this climate change, climate era that we are running through. So it is good to build this very attached, and I think in your speech this could be more elaborate, and I think also your ask should be more strong, let's put it that way. For Michaela's, I love the human touch in your presentation. I think it was very well built, but also I was hoping more specificities on those kind of solutions. Maybe you were too broad or not as specific as I wish you were on looking at the solution. Saminu, I love nature-based solutions. I strongly believe that those kinds of solutions have an important part on climate adaptation, and they are very well suited for the realities of our countries in the south of the world. I think one of the things, if you move on the next step, is to help you to be sexier with this speech, you know, to be more to create the temptation to go further with this kind of solution. And also one of the things is what Eric highlighted, right, is this business aspect, and this, I think it relates with the kind of argument that you use while spreading the word about this kind of solutions. Then Akufundas, I loved your concept, nature app. This is something that is going on in many countries now. I think that there's lots of challenges on the business side, on the business model side, and many of them, as Eric mentioned, regarding the indigenous communities, the aspect of connectivity, literacy, language, and many others. But I think for an initial one, I was very well impacted by your presentation. I love this very ambitious ask, you know, looking far from the climate solutions lab, but it would be also important to say how this connects, right? This for all of you, as Nachi well pointed as well. So, but regardless, it is great to see actually we were talking in the chats, you level up so much from the first cohort. We're very excited. I will use this opportunity here to congratulate Eric as well. I also will congratulate my friend Punlani, because you're doing a great job. So now, if you want to respond very quickly, 30 seconds, you know, we have your essay, we saw your presentation. It's just a chat here. If you want to react on what we say, let's keep the same order. We lost Jibu, I think, right? Yeah, we did. So we can start from Michaela, and then Hamisu, and so on. 30 seconds, not more than that. Thank you.
Yes, thank you, judges, for your feedback. Unfortunately, I missed some parts where you You gave feedback on my presentations. Unfortunately, I'm experiencing some internet issues here.
No worries. This is not mandatory also. And
Okay.
yeah.
But just to address Natalia's concern on how we are planning to use the available support from the Climate Solution Lab to implement our solutions. For me, it will mainly be through mentorship will be key to help me implement the solutions, taking into consideration maybe from other countries, if similar solutions have been already implemented, I can learn from existing solutions in other contexts that may help me tailor them to the context of Niger. Thank you.
Thanks, Michaela. I think Dishibu is back.
Yes.
Hello. Sorry, I lost my connection. I lost my connection. I will just quickly answer to some of the questions. The first one was how to spend the final budget, and also the second one to see if whether there is some technology that is already on the ground. So regarding the first one, I've already talked about it in the project I've submitted, but due to the constraint of the time and also due to the ineligibility of Niger to have access to the seed fund, that's the reason I did not put the fund. But basically, the fund is to build two prototypes, to design two prototypes for the surface pump and for the underground pump. So the 80% of the budget will be allocated for the two system prototype, and also the 20% will be for the business scenario analysis and underground marketing. And also for the second one, there is also one technology that is on the ground, which is called the future pump. The future pump, the challenge is the accessibility of the system, and also it's very costly. So the system I'm suggesting is more feasible or more cost effective due to the ownership of the system, while for the future pump, the ownership is like there is no a lot of big business opportunity regarding the type of the system, and also the system is very costly. Regarding the competition, regarding the competition, also the solution lab has been drawn from the technical need assessment of Niger. So for to have access to the mitigation of the climate action in Niger. So when they have done the technology need assessment in Niger, solar pumping system was one of the first technology that has been suggested to build the resilience, to strengthen the resilience of the rural farmer in Niger. That's the reason I have chosen that type of technology. Thank you very much.
Djibu. We can go with Hamisu, some reaction, and then we go to Akufuna. Hamisu, are you there? Okay, so we can move on with Akufuna. Do you want to give us a quick reaction?
I believe connectivity issues because
Yeah.
of this one.
Yeah, they're going in and out. So yeah, so let's move on, guys. Okay, what's happening outside? Everybody is having connectivity issues.
Yeah, Gaston, yes, same country, maybe, yes.
Yeah, so let's move on with whoever is in the room then. Let's see if Suleimani is here. Suleimani, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. How are you?
Fine, thank you very much. Let's do your pitch right now. Please
Okay,
share the screen.
I go sharing my screen.
Marvelous. Whenever you say, we can start.
Hello, my name is Seydou Al-Farouk Suleiman. I'm from Niger Civil Aviation Authority. Yeah, I'm very passionate of aviation, and I'm a president for some association of young here in Niger. So this passion conducted me to create some association. This association is especially in the design of drone and maps and cartographic and surveillance aerial. So the problems, sometimes I have meeting some young, you talk about according to the situation of Niger, because Niger is a very last country, landlocked last country. And the Niger have the question of food security remain a challenge, given climate hazard, notably recurrent drought, flooded dam, irregularly and poorly distribution precipitation in time in the space. So after this problem, you can have the problem pest, insected, lack of water, and the plant deserts. The situation provokes the immigration of young and malnutrition from the children. So the state of Niger have one solution, is considered solution to pay a plan to participate spray. So this solution is not easy to apply because the airplane have some products increase the level of greenhouse gas, carbon dioxide, nitrogen oxide, reject some particle on the plant. The price of airplane is very expensive. The fuel that must be purchased for each flight, the risk of accident require more financial and material resource can out single flight. So this situation find a solution does not produce greenhouse gas and will have more option to ensure food production. While we have the creation of agri-tech for climate change. Agri-tech for climate change is especially the drone, UAV, unmanned aircraft vehicle. The drone have a maximum capacity of 30 liters with a piston pump that produces a maximum flow rate of 8 liters per minute. The frequency control and the nozzle provide spray range endures precedent 9 meters. The arms and angle is optimized for flight in a controlled spray direction. Pesticide can move down the branch of any form. So the difference with the airplane and the unmanned aircraft, in the airplane you have high accident risk, carbon dioxide or COD, difficult maneuver, study of no specific point of need, not accessible to all terrain. So for UAV, the drone, we have omnidirectional obstacle avoid radar, so you can avoid any accident, remove battery, 0% COD, detection and intelligent discipline point per prediction. And the drone, I repeat again, it's 30 liter loud top view radar. Thanks the sensorial, we can have you can have the percentage and following the development and the health of agriculture. So the target local, sorry, I have problems. The target local, we have a local community, Niger Ministry of Environment, Agriculture, Finance, and later the Institute Finance Agriculture Project. Here you mean the young and women and the children. You talk about especially the cassava culture and Brittany, because the cassava is rich of vitamins. So the young woman and the young man can produce the marketing with the cassava. He can do selling in the country close Niger, use the cassava. So the young and woman can use it to do the marketing and he can use it because the cassava is a alimentation rich in vitamin. You can use it for fight and the first problem of malnutrition. So for the business, we can have one drone, 3 battery and solar panel. We can use the panel to charge your battery everywhere you want to do your work. In 1 hour flight cover 14 acres. So the drone flight duration of 5 hours per day, you can cover 2,200 acre. Carrier of 5 flights per day, we can cover in 7 days, 1,004 acre. So the charging of battery is guaranteed for 1,000 charge cycle. For investment, you need just 2 drones to beginning this operation in total. And for team, we have me, the COA, Maman Adamu, drone pilot, Ali Maman, drone pilot, and Adamu to Zaramaman to responsible communication, Shamsia, drone pilot assistance. So the agri-tech for climate is an innovation to resolve some problem of culture in Niger. Thank you.
Thank you, Suleiman. So next, please, let's go with Chimuye or Hachioka. Let's see. Yes, Chibuye, please. Go ahead, my dear. Whenever you say. We're not hearing in case you're speaking, huh? We can see your screen, your mouse is moving, but we cannot hear you. We still cannot hear you. Yeah. So yeah, we see the big screen now, but we cannot hear you. Oh, now we can see you even. Hello, how are you, dear? No, we cannot hear you. Maybe try to take out your headphones or no, now you muted yourself. So maybe we can, yeah, we see the presentation, but maybe while you try to solve this, Mrs. Shibuya, we can go with Nomai. Nomai, is that correct?
Yes, it is. Nomai. Thank you.
No, thank you. Would you care to please go ahead?
Okay, let me try to share my screen. Okay. Are you able to see it?
Yes, we can see it, but it's, yeah, now, yes.
I put it in. Okay. I don't know if it's fine if I don't use my video. I'm a bit worried about our internet connection here at the office.
Yes, don't worry.
Weak.
No problem.
Okay. Great.
Whenever you want.
Okay, you can tell me when I can start.
Yes, you can start, madam.
Okay. Okay, so my name is Nomai Hatoka from Zambia. So the picture there shows me and the pupil at one of the schools in the district helping an 8-year-old boy carry a 20-liter bucket of water from a community borehole fitted with a hand pump at the school. Fortunately, this was right after the rainy season in March, but during the dry season, even accessing water from the borehole becomes a challenge as the water table drops so low. The experiences and interactions I've had with these communities made me realize just how much we need to speak out for the most vulnerable communities and seek for much more sustainable solutions for these people to adapt to the impacts of climate change. Okay, so during the rainy season, children have to cross flooded areas just to get to school. And then due to droughts, children also cannot go to school because they're hungry and because agriculture is a major source of income for most of the communities. Poor sanitation is also a threat and is demotivating to pupils, especially girls and physically challenged learners. So just in 2021, the district recorded a total of 256 school dropouts, of course. Of course, there are many other reasons that could contribute to the high rate of dropouts, but we cannot ignore the fact that climate change has also contributed to this. So I believe children are also part of the solution. Through the lived climate crisis in our story, the children showed us how they are currently being affected by climate change in their communities. One of the achievements that actually brings joy and hope for me is that this story actually won the Knowledge into Use Award by GRP, which is of course a huge step to getting the voices of this community heard. So what is the solution? So the irony here is that during the dry season, there is little to no water, while during the rainy season, there is way too much water. So why not leverage on this? So the solution of rainwater harvesting actually came out in most of the community dialogues that we had with the community as a solution to their water problems. At the time, I was actually carrying out research on the feasibility of different rainwater harvesting techniques that could be used in Zambia. So I thought, why not use this to help upscale the existing knowledge the community had about the rainwater harvesting to help them adapt to the impacts of floods and droughts? So rainwater harvesting is not something that's new to Zambia. Most of the information I got actually came from the Technology Needs Assessment Report for Climate Change Adaptation. The country just lacks the financial capacity to implement most of the solutions, just like many other African countries. Rooftop rainwater harvesting, as you can see there, can be used for domestic purposes, and it could help with water scarcity in the schools. So the construction of a dam, on the other end, is obviously much more costly as compared to the simple rooftop rainwater harvesting. But if done effectively, it could drastically reduce the amount of water causing flooding in the communities, especially for those living in the valley. So the rooftop rainwater harvesting that you see, the simple rooftop rainwater harvesting, is actually being used in another district in the southern part of Zambia by a school that was facing water challenges. So they decided to apply for funding somewhere and construct a rainwater harvesting system. This has really helped the school during the times of water scarcity because they store more than 20,000 liters of water that is used throughout the dry season. The second sketch, of course, is a simple dam that could be used for agricultural purposes. So why should you invest in this solution? Investing in the solution will contribute to the establishment of a locally led sustainable water solution that will eventually reduce the number of children dropping out of school. So, of course, what we need to keep these children in school and give them hope for a brighter future. So the team consists of 6 people with different expertise. We have worked with different stakeholders, including different line ministries, and of course, the organization that brought us together, which is the Wildlife and Environmental Conservation Society of Zambia. This brings me to the end of my presentation. Thank you.
Thank you very much, dear. Mai, let's see if we have Chimwemwe with us. Oh dear, you're still with problems in your mic, I think. Because I see you opening it. Please, Nomai, could you stop sharing your screen? Thank you very much. So yeah, Chimwemwe, is that correct? Yeah, I think you're still in problems with your audio. for the sake of time, I think we could speed up the feedback round for Saidu and Nomai, perhaps. And then with Chimoima, we can see an alternative way of recording, right? If you do this today very quickly, we can accept a video from you. And also we can after see if colleagues lost the opportunity to be here because of connectivity or something like that, we can give them this opportunity of sending us a recorded pitch. But let's do a quick round of feedback for Saidu Alfarouk Suleimani and Naomi Hatioka. Who wants to start? Can I start? I want to start because I could relate a lot with your both presentations, because I was before working in an NGO, I was an entrepreneur as well, and I made some of the mistakes that I'm seeing you guys doing here, right? I think you both did and I do this for both because if you think both of your solutions are very different, right? One, it's more of a social technology, very able of self-construction. You can go to the internet and see the instructions. You have several models of harvesting water technologies that you can do it with relatively low cost even, right? The dam, you may need more support or the involvement of governments, etc. And by the other hand, you have a very different solution from the side of Saidu that you definitely will need to import this technology. It's very high. It is intensive on the cost, right? On the capex, but I think you fall under the same challenge. You did a very good problem framing in both cases. I was connected with your region, Nomai. You put it very well. It's ironically that it rains a lot and then you have the dry season, and also Saidu in my vision did this very well. He mentioned all the problems of using this airborne fertilizer, those planes. On my personal note, I had a cousin that was a pilot of such planes, and it's very dangerous also. There's many accidents with those kinds of planes because they have to go very, very close to the crops, and sometimes there are accidents with different for different reasons. But I think you both fell for the same a mistake, which is tech solutionism, right? You guys are selling us the technology as a solution for all the problems, but in my vision, you weren't clear about the how, on the business model of how you build the solutions or how you will integrate these technologies to an organization, to a set of organizations that will move forward to set up the solutions and to drive the impact. So I would say that great that you guys found a solution that you believe that will answer those challenges that you very well mentioned it, but would be very important for you to be more clear on the how, right? Will you get financing? You'll do public consultation on how to move forward with these technologies. Saidu, what are going to be your business model of, and what is your plan of investing in such technology. So yeah, that would be my feedback. But again, congratulations, very good. You both brought me to where those problems are. So congratulations on that. That is, it seems easy, but it's not easy to do. So congratulations on that. Natalia, Eric, and then we do a quick round of reactions, Nomai and Saidu.
I think maybe if I can continue, so many thanks, Gaston, because you mentioned already a lot of comment that I had also to highlight. So yeah, many thanks, Nomai and Shibuye for your presentation. And I think as Gaston mentioned, you well presented the problem. So you really well presented the problem that you are facing in the community. Maybe starting with Nomai, I didn't understand the relation between the two solutions. Do you want to implement the both solutions, or do you want to address only one solution? It was not clear, the link between the dam and between it was not clear. What is the correlation? What is the link? Do you want to implement both, or do you want to focus on one? And if you have to focus on one, as Gaston advised, the dam implementation is something quite complex because it needs a lot of engineering capacities to build the dam. It needs institutional accreditation, blah, blah. So it seems like it's something which requires more infrastructures, more, it's not something which is, as a startup, else you are doing a mini dam, but even that, dam is always lead to some kind of political, just it's something more complex. So I don't know if the team that you have there would want to work on that, but it seems like it doesn't fit really together. But when it's come to this other solution, which is more feasible and which will help also the schools and the community, I think that could be a good way. What I'm missing a bit there, since I don't know if it was the one where I saw Pan-African University or if you are coming from the university, but I miss a bit the innovation aspect. You know, you can enhance it. You can complete your team with an engineer, which can at least enhance the system, just not to put that and filter. You can enhance it, so at least bring a kind of innovation inside, because I think the classical collecting water and putting in the tank, and then so I think you can solve a problem, but you can enhance this solution, because a typical farmer in this DOF could also think on building that. So if you were to the university, it's at least to bring an added value into this solution, to make your research, how could that be enhanced in terms of technology, in terms of innovation, in terms of services. I think that is what I can so to make it a bit more enhanced. So with the other, and the other one is too big, so it seems like for me it's simply too big, so as a project for. And coming back to the drone, I think as Gaston mentioned, also the problem has been well described. So I'm myself computer scientist, but then the question that I was asking when you were presenting, what are you concretely doing? Because do you work on imagery? Because you present, for example, crops which were ill to some diseases. So when you spray, do you have an intention at least to address the diseases? What is the algorithm behind? Do you have a kind of imagery, artificial intelligence algorithm to know? So the details, the how, as Gaston was mentioning, do you buy the drone? Can you not make appropriated drone with, because building a drone is not rocket sciences. So in most of the tech hub, you learn how to make a drone. So how do you make it cheaper with local? What is your added value? What is your input there? It was not so clear. And the second thing, what also Gaston mentioned, the business model. So if you want to deploy it in the community, how will that be? The acceptances by the farmers, they are used to have the helicopters. I don't know even if helicopter, because even in Africa, there are only industrial hacker land has helicopters. The reality also with the Niger, so we have some project in Niger. So if the helicopter going for smallholder farmers, that I don't know. So yeah, the bit more details. What would you do? What is your approach of the drone? What is your added value? Is it the imagery that you enhance, at least to address plant, the business model? Is it realistic? What is the target audiences? They are small farm, which already use helicopter, or smallholder farmers, or at least this kind of data, the how, as Gaston were mentioning, are the things that you should address. And also for both of you, I think how far the money and the program that we are offering could help you to move one step ahead.
Great, Eric. Thank you. Nachi?
Yeah, I don't have much to add. I agree with you both. Just a quick comment on UNU-VIE's project, that I was really happy to see that you are part of VCA. Fundación Avina is coordinating VCA in Brazil, so we have a lot of solutions here to exchange. So it's really nice to see other part of it. So it's really interesting. Thanks.
Thank you.
Yeah, guys, feel free to quickly react. UNU-VIE, you can go ahead, and then we can hear a little bit of sorry. No, we cannot.
Okay.
Yes, I do. Please go ahead.
All right. Okay. Thank you so much for the feedback and the comments. It's really helpful, especially if there's need to progress and make it better in the future. So I think I can answer the question on the dam and the connection to what the other solution. So the idea is there are different types of rainwater harvesting solutions out there. And like I mentioned, I was carrying out research on the feasibility. So it would actually be nice to actually know what could work for a specific community based on different factors, of course. There's issues of the soil type. So another component that actually could be included was obviously underground recharge, because their water table goes down really fast. So that could also be another solution. So I think the 5,000 would help carry on more research as to whether certain solutions are feasible for this type of environment as well. Yes, and I'm sure if not, one of the team members is actually a ward councillor. So the idea is we have this constituency development fund that's currently working in the community. So one of the approaches we're trying to take due to lack of finances is obviously to get the community to actually see how they can integrate these solutions, the green solutions as we call them, to actually help them to be more resilient to the impact of climate change. So imagine if they start to construct schools with such rainwater harvesting systems that would actually make them more resilient to the impact of climate change. So basically that's the goal we are trying to reach. Trying to be as ambitious to having these communities have these dams is a plus for me. I believe we can get their voices heard, and someone else out there can actually be able to fund such a huge project, because these are plans that are there in the government's policies that just haven't been implemented due to financial resources. So it's more on the side of also getting their voices heard and reaching higher platforms for them to actually get the help that they need, sustainable solutions. Because we have organizations like World Vision that goes around building these boreholes for them. So why not have a more sustainable solution for these communities as well? Thank you.
Thank you, UNU-VIE. Saidu, any reaction?
Thank you for the suggestion and the feedback. So maybe the first time's problem is English, the language, he said. Okay, for the question one, how you can realize this objective. So the program is to take contact with the committee. Like I want to say the woman and the young an example, and the committee, how you can say in English, I like to say the committee of Maradi, we can have some woman or the young, he needed to have some commercial activity, but he don't have because there is a climate provoked some problems. So some young, he got immigration and others, the terrorist team. So this solution is to take the contact with committee and ask the committee how he wants to going her marketing in the agriculture, and take the contact with Ministry of Agriculture in Niger to expose the situation and how to and see how to go to work together. The solution of the drone is they spray the plants and study the diseases or lack water or complication or some problem of the plants, because we have the sensor. If you use the sensor, you can take the photography and anytime. And anytime, sorry for English, sorry. And anytime you take the photography with tank the sensor, we can have the situation of the plant. If the plant we need water, if the plant we need angry, and the drone he can show you the quantity of the grain the plant he need, and he show you if the plant have a hot sun and have it needed some water. So they spray and they study the health of plant and the surveillance the production and the plant for the insects. He put insecticide, he surveyed thanks sensor the development of the plant. And he can do the cartographic to preview the place he can have inundation. By with the radar in cartographic, you can preview the place you can have inundation if you have a irregular precipitation. So it is the system to preview where he can develop the agriculture. It is a good place or no. For team, we have 3 engineers in the team. The 3 pilot, he is engineer for informatical, another is engineer in aviation, and I'm pilot for the team. For the tank, yes, we have 30 maximum capacity of the drone. It takes 30 liters. But in 1 hour, you can spare 14 hectares. In 18 liters per minute, you can spare. And when you for the use the drone, you just put the system, the planification, the trajectory, the planification, the trajectory you need to sprite. This is a program. The system can manage in 3D in digital maps of the orchard and plan a precise flight path, which make the drone waterproof of every mission we need. 2 fronts, a real FPV camera improve visibility and the flight status. A spherical radar system improve flight and makes it faster in the complicated environments. Real-time perception and other precision adaptation of the terrain, such as omnidirectional, avoid one I say, and automatic detour. For the battery, I said that is a guarantee for 100 charge cycle, 2 battery and a charge for aerial spreads. Last a whole day and infected parts of plants or which need water, sick or suffering plants, and detected tanks to the sensor installed on the drone, which given precise information in the conditions of plants and monitors crops growth and generated site maps. It was variable adaptation and reduced consumption and increased yield. For the business model, he needed to improve this solution because this solution can help some young Nigerians and women to do the marketing and reduce the green gas and reduce the defiance of production of culture. Because if this drone is here, he can survive the production. He can do the provision, the quantity you can have production into the food. And the young, he can use it to do the marketing. An example, specify the cassava and the peanuts. It is a rich alimentation. The young can use it to do the commercial, and they mix it, transformation these two products. We can have some alimentation for the children, for the malnutrition children. So I don't know if I'm precise or not precise.
No, you're great, Saidu. Thank you very much. It was actually a crash course on the technicalities of a drone, and thank you for addressing at least part of the question of the business model. Natalia, as I understood, we reached our final aspect. We're missing some of our colleagues. I think it is good for us to get back to Nicole Zulu, to Shimwemwe Chibuye, Solmana Haruna from Niger, and Kadiza, Dulai Kadiza as well, to open to the possibility for them to send a recorded pitch. And yeah, now we have the awful and very hard job to see who will be with us in the second cohort of the incubation phase. But I wanted to share with all of you that this is great effort that you've done. This pre-incubation phase or academic module will help you throughout your career. I think Punlani is a master, and you were supported by the UNU, one of the greatest universities, and not only in the region, but in looking at climate and this nexus with entrepreneurship and innovation, one of the main in the world. So I'm very happy for you. I'm totally confident that you'll be, and you already are, great professionals. So with nothing else to add from my side now, I would say that we should go to the next step, Nachi, and that we'll get back to you as soon as you can with the evaluation and the news of who is moving to the next step.
Yes, just to let you know that we have planned to send you feedbacks and results in the week of September 18th on. So if you are probably going to hear from us from this day on, and really congratulations to you all. The Nicole and Shimawi, don't know the full name, the right pronunciation, but we are going to give them the chance of the video because they told us that they were having trouble with connection and also with the audio that you saw. And yes, feel free to reach out if you want to. You have my email in the invitation that I've sent you, and I wish you good luck. And thank you all for engaging in this project.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Natalia. Thank you for helping.
No worries.
Thank you, guys. We'll keep in touch. Thank
Thank
you
you
very
very
much. Nath, pode sair, né? Leave room. Bye. Oi.
Oi. Pera. Deixa eu ver aqui. Você tá gravando ainda?
Você mandou? Posso fazer o stop recording?
Acho que sim.
Good evening. My name is Chimoyemwe from the Republic of Zambia, and my climate smart solution is called Biogas. Why biogas, you might ask? For 1.6 billion people are deprived from electricity, and these are people that reside in rural and peri-urban areas of Africa, and Zambia is not an exception. Only 4.4% of households at rural level in Zambia have access to electricity, and this is where we come in. Through the use of biogas for energy for cooking needs in rural areas, and our target population is Macha Southern Province. Why Macha? Macha is a rural area that has no access to electricity. Our impact is threefold. First, of course, SDG 7, affordable and clean energy. SDG 5, gender equality by reducing the burden of household energy requirements on women and girls. And 3, good health and well-being. SDG 3, good health and well-being by ensuring that the reduction of fumes and pollution when cooking. What is our strength? I have the backing of Impulsouth for mentorship and guidance. And also I have been talking to the Minister of Energy, Rural Energy Department, and have gotten quite a number of insights on how to go about my project. Weakness, cultural inhibition of biogas adoption, as biogas needs animal fertilizer as fuel, as feedstock, which might be cultural taboo in some areas. Then our opportunities, we have rural economic development, and also our threats. Biogas is not new in the Zambian market. There are a lot of companies that are leveraging the use of biodigesters for rural energy. What do we need from Impulsouth? First off, we want to scale up through the production of 10 biodigesters, construction of 10 biodigesters to cater for 10 rural households. And the cost of construction of these 10 biodigesters is approximately around 20,000 USD. This is for the pilot project, and we will see how this will be used to scale up in other rural areas in Zambia. So in conclusion, what is Biogas? We're targeting 3 things. Renewable energy that is sustainable, 1. Sustainable agriculture through the use of fertilizer from the biogas production, and job creation by the rural community through our initiative. 1 biodigester at a time. Thank you very much.